Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're well. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on. I just want to do a quick energy check-in, see what's going on. I may do a love reading, just let me know what type of things y'all are interested in, and I'm pretty open to that. All right, let's check the frequency. Let's see what's going on. Show me what's going on for my cusper. Also, thank you. Y'all reach out to me and comment on my videos, and I really appreciate that. And it's nice to know that there are other people who, not necessarily think along the same lines that I think or feel, but that can relate to what I'm talking about. Is one of the main reasons I started my channel. For almost 2 years, I had like 30 30 subscribers, most of whom were my friends and um, family, but it means a lot to me, and just to open up a discussion and dialogue about things that are deeper in consciousness and feeling and truth and being. And for me, tarot is an excellent way to open up those lines of communication, and it always makes me think. And that's, I think alone so much. I don't mind thinking with others sometimes. So I just wanted to say that very quickly. So throat chakra has popped open right here, which is about the communication and speaking, and it's card 5. Would go to the 5th house with that, of joy and happiness and sharing your joy, the things that come from your heart. And maybe there's blockages, you know, maybe feeling like there are things that you have to say. And this one is, it says that the throat chakra, the blue flower of life here, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. And Cusper, I think we all could do with a little peace and balance. And the joy that's in our heart, and how we share that, and in sharing that. And sometimes it falls on deaf ears. And hey, I talk to the air, I talk to myself, I talk to my little dog, I talk to the trees, I talk to the flowers, I talk to the sky. I talk to everything. Oh, hi. Crickets just jumped down. Want to come up here? You want to say hey? He never wants to really say hey. Hey, baby. Okay. And the importance of that, of communication, and how we communicate with each other. Come here, baby. Come over here. I'm about to lay cards right here, buddy. Okay. Sorry, I get distracted by him. He demands all of my attention. Oh, I can't pet you right now and play with you, bud. Oh, nobody wants to sit here and watch me pet you. They don't. He doesn't like the camera. He's a Capricorn. He's a little Capricorn, but I'm rising Capricorn, so we get along splendidly. He'll be 9 in this month. He'll be 9 on the 27th. All right, bud, come right over here. All right, let's see what deck I'm gonna use. So the throat chakra. I'm gonna use this deck here. And I feel like this isn't so much other people talking to you, rather I feel more like it's so important to express yourself and what you feel and believe from with joy, especially the things that make you happy and bring you joy, and doing more of that, no matter what anybody else tells you. Like, someone told me recently that I read too much, that I needed to stop reading, that was making an assessment of me, and not in a negative way, and I didn't take it in a negative way, but because I know like that I run from things, and I'm like, well, the only thing I run from is ignorance. Like, we can I'm reading, I'm not reading romance novels, like so, but I speak about the things that bring me joy. And other people, like in my personal life, might not understand that, but it's not going to stop me from expressing myself and the things that bring me joy. I love Tolkien, and I had just reread Lord of the Rings. So I was talking more about it, and it's like, oh yeah, why are you reading that nonsense? And it's like, you should read more of the Bible. And wow, okay, it might be difficult. You might find yourself in a situation, or in just not in a situation, but a position where you don't have anybody to maybe talk to, which is why I talk. I made a YouTube channel. I talk to the trees and the wind and all of that, which is fine. I don't really mind. We have drama coming out here, which is funny. It's the 5. And this is actually this is Mercury and Leo. And wow, and you know the speech. And even though it's drama, you know, and maybe I seem dramatic talking about myself, but you know, because this character is speaking to the sky, you know, and symbols in the sky, and we have this triquetra here, which is feminine, a feminine, I believe, symbol, uh, the Trinity, speaking about truth. Maybe other people see you as dramatic when you talk about the things that make you happy. That's so funny. How the everything comes together. Flattery has come out here. This Venus in Gemini. A beautiful speech, a beautiful way of speaking, you know. And Gemini is mutable air here in the 3rd house. Family. Let me get one more. One more, please. Sorry, this deck is small and it's like so wide that sometimes it's hard to shuffle. This one wants to come out though. Decision. This is Mars in Gemini. Extremism here on the bottom of the deck. And the first thing that I'm feeling here, and maybe I'll make this one time specific for this time that we're coming into, you know, we're coming into the holidays and the world is so divided and people, you know, getting together for the holidays, holiday dinners, holiday parties, not just your family, but with your friends as well. I think that maybe some of the things that you have to say or that you want to talk about are not going to be met with welcome, you know, or necessarily understood. And I think that other people might see your views as being extreme because they're different from theirs, you know. And I don't feel like it's you being the one here, the one that's very assertive. I feel like you're going to maybe come up against others who are very assertive and are like, no, no, this isn't the way that you should think or feel about things. This is how you should think or feel. It's right here. You shouldn't read that. You need to read this right here. You know? And we have this bird up here, this crow with the crown that's it doesn't really like that what's happening here. And I feel like this represents like your protection in spirit, this wisdom, this crow energy that I would associate with Scorpio. um I mean, it could be an eagle as well, but that you're under, and it's the 8 because it's this is Mercury in Scorpio, the extremism, you know, to where what you are speaking about, your experiences in life or your experiences of the mysteries of things that are darker, that are taboo, that are more occult, about psychology, philosophy, religion, things that are not um, traditional maybe in your family. I don't think it's necessarily going to go over so well, or it certainly hasn't in the past. And here we have the Mars in Gemini. And I think with Mars in Gemini, it would be like real strategic. I see this energy here is very strategic. You know, is it worth it to you, you know, to express your opinion at these types of, like you're not going to change anybody else's mind about the way that they feel or view life, but you also shouldn't have to not be able to express your own self because other people don't agree or understand. And this gets really interesting. This is very interesting because it seems like, do you speak up or do you not speak up when the first things that I was saying was you need to speak? or the cards, it seems to me like you need to speak. Like if that's what brings you joy, then why can't you speak it just because other people don't agree with it? Because their views are so closed-minded and authoritarian and tyrannical that you don't even have the freedom to speak what it is that you believe, or what brings you joy. Not even about your beliefs, but what brings you joy, you know. So let's see how this is going to go. I didn't really have any plans, but I'll get some cards from this deck. Gemini energy. You know, we have two of these cards of Gemini, which is this mutable air, which is this ability to see different sides. You know, was the flattery card. This, I think of like the Janus card. Janus, not the Janus card, but Janus. You know, the two-faced. You know, Libra energy can be called two-faced. You know, because it can be so agreeable. I don't feel that way because, you know, like as a Libra, I kind of understand some of my reasoning, but I certainly have met Libras that way, but um, who would agree, go along to get along, you know, and just kind of agree because they don't want to, you don't want to rock the boat, and in doing that, it means that your opinions are like silent. So by the time you get to be able to speak what it is that you have to say, it's just a roar, you know. Or maybe they, you know, people who are older than you just tell you that, like, you know, you're just really young, you don't know what you're talking about, and yada yada yada. The star is coming out, and the Seven of Wands is on the bottom of the deck, and with this Uranian energy here, the star, this Aquarian energy that is against the grain, that does go its own way, that it is the rebel in a kind of way, but Aquarian energy is very intelligent. Um, it does have this mutability of the mind, even though it's a fixed sign. You could have Aquarius in your chart, planets in the 11th, but you know, the Seven of Wands for me is the card of the one against the many, you know, and we have the goat up there, and you know, there's like a bobcat thing, and there's this goose uh character that are like yelling at the goat that's up there trying to attack it, you know, but the goat isn't really bothered, you know, by all of this. You know, maybe it isn't you that is like this lion character here, that you're more like this flowing type of energy of thought, and you know, like the star card that's in the sky, that's the star in the sky that's flowing, and it's other people who are starting arguments with you, which I do kind of feel, especially here with this extremism. Sorry, y'all know how I get stuck on things. Okay, let me pull 3 cards. Wow, a lot of cups energy. So we have the Hermit on the bottom of the deck here. So the Nine of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Cups has come out here. So a lot of you know, feeling here, okay? I think that you are so emotionally calm within yourself with the Nine of Cups, like the cat that ate the canary. You know, you are okay and willing and open to converse and communicate kindly with whoever, right? Like symbolized with this Two of Cups here, this shared feeling, or alone, or be alone, because you're still sharing that with spirit. You know, with this Hermit energy, Two of Wands behind that, and then the Fool is behind that, Six of Wands behind that, that you do have this experience and this wisdom about you, something that's esoteric, that's hidden, that not everyone really understands, and that's your own, that you have, like the spiritual wisdom, and that even though you have this knowledge, that you're still like a fool on the path, that you're still on the way, and that it doesn't really matter. There's some family discord here, and I would just, kind of from what I see, especially with all of these cups coming out, that, I want to clarify this just because of the way that they've come out. That, Nine of Cups can be arrogance, um, as well. That you don't want to, not that, it's hard to say because you never know what's justified when a type of behavior is justifiable, and that's not for me to judge, but for you to know within your own situation. But just for my own self, when I come up against this from other people, I very rarely engage anymore. I used to when I was younger. I was very argumentative, and I was always ready to defend my position, and you know it doesn't really matter to me anymore. What's important to me now is, the very little family that I do have, um, or and my friends is, it doesn't really matter. Like, as long, like, a friend of mine is a Christian and got, kind of upset when I had said that I wasn't, I'm not a Christian, but I don't necessarily disagree with these values, and it really disturbed me. It was like, well, I know that you're good and you have a good heart and that you do good things. I don't understand this. We need to talk about this. And like, he called me and wanted to have conversations about it, and I'm trying to be really patient, and loving and communicative, and communicating from a nice place, and being very understanding because someone else is trying to push their views on me, which, I'm not really interested in, but it's like, it's just a different language for them. So if talking about these things that make you happy and bring you joy in your heart with spirit and creation with your creator, and joy in life and family, it's just a different language. Like, I'm singing a song about the creator, and I appreciate life and have reverence for it, and you do as well. We're just speaking in different languages maybe, or we're singing different songs, but does that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't matter to me. And maybe that can kind of be really what this is just kind of allowing other people to, certainly not allowing other people to abuse you or verbally abuse you, and those kinds of things. But you know that's fine. They have the freedom. I believe in freedom. I have the freedom to believe what I believe. You have the freedom to believe what you want to believe, and that goes for me universally. Not trying to hurt me, but as soon as someone comes and tries to force their views on me, then we have a problem. But when it's my family or people that I love, for the most part, I'm more tolerant, and unless they're very aggressive about it. And I guess why I'm telling you that is because maybe that's the best way to handle it sometimes. And I certainly don't do that with everyone. I wouldn't, but anyway, sorry. Duration. Gate 32. Looking at this conservatism. The only thing which endures is change. The instinct to adapt in the now without losing continuity while maintaining our basic nature. I gotta get another one. The main thing here that I'm looking at is this conservatism, and you may have more conservative views, and I'm not going to get into politics, but more conservative views about life than maybe other people in your family or friends or the world. And that could cause difficulty. And here with this duration, it's like you have to go, and maybe you have to go to work parties or family dinners. Like I'm talking about the time of the year, and tolerate this. I feel like other people want to change your mind about your views, but they can't just change your mind about your views because it's who you are. You know, your opinions are. I don't want to say they're the only thing that define you, but it's more than just your opinions. It's your way of life. So what you believe as the way that you live your life, it's like this. It's more conservative. However that resonates for you. Could definitely be some drama. Yeah. And I feel like you're just going to have to decide whether you want to engage with these people or not. I mean, there are certainly people in my family that I don't associate with anymore, that I don't speak to. And not because of this type of thing, but for other reasons. But it comes up. You know, it definitely comes up. So this is gate 55, and this is abundance. Here. Really like what this says, the spirit. We're all about spirit here at Deep Heights, aren't we? Definitely my cuspers. The quality of spirit is in the emotional now. You know, and we had these these cards, the Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. And all of these cups speak to me about death. We talk about these emotions, but this feeling of knowing who you are emotionally and this confidence in knowing who you are and not really being moved because the quality is good, like Faramir. You know, you're showing yourself to be of quality. I like that. You know, spirit is not a matter of comparison, but just the wonder that the cup of life exists at all. And is that something you can share with others? That it's not a matter of comparison, but just the wonder that the cup of life, it exists at all. Line 1 is cooperation. You know, abundance is strictly a question of spirit. That's what it says up there at the top. What is the quality of your spirit? You know, so I was saying like that how I had just reached a point where it just didn't matter. You know, like that's fine. Like I'm okay with who I am, and you know I'm willing to I don't know. It isn't about me, but that's the only way sometimes for me to explain or understand things is through my experience and then sharing them. I feel like you'll have if you're concerned about that or worried about that, and you know, I think you'll have the ability and the calm and the knowing, the sense of inner peace to move through that, whatever difficulty this is going to be that's happening. Well, you know, that you're not going to, that just don't lose your cool, you know. You won't have to lose your cool. Really interesting reading. I'm gonna have to watch it back over, see how many times I've contradicted myself. I'm about to take you out, bud. I'm gonna close because Cricket's looking at me like, are you gonna take me out? So, Brighton, Calendula. Adversity. This marshmallow on the bottom of it. I hate marshmallows. That's funny. It's the adversity. Your attitude towards it, I think, is going to be very important. So when you come up against, this, I was talking about, we open, with the fifth house, the joy, with this Leo energy of the heart, which, Leo is the sun, and Jupiter, you know, this joy. And I feel like that's the best way to deal with this situation, or any situation like this that you find yourself in, is not to let it dishearten you and make you feel bad, because we're always going to face adversity. And it's hard when we face it within our family and our friends and our loved ones, especially when you have to work with people. There's always that jerk that you just can't stand, and ugh, you know, but what they want is to see you down, and they want to to dampen your shine. Don't let them. Just don't let them dampen your shine. You might not brighten up their world, but you do brighten up the world. You know. I like that with Faramir. Like, you're like Faramir, you show your quality, and you're gonna show it through your speech, through what you say. Truth. That eagle. Let's talk about that Scorpio energy. Wasn't I here? You know, talking about this crow, this eagle energy, that it's with you. I feel like truth is on your side. That you are in truth and with truth. I think I had quoted Meister Eckhart before in another one of my recent videos, but uh, where he said, "What is truth? The truth is something so noble that if God could turn aside from it, I could keep to the truth and let God go." And that's disturbing to other people. Like, had actually said that to my friend who was so upset that I wasn't a Christian, and which I guess that meant that I hate Christians. But I'm like, well, you don't mind, you don't care that I'm not a Jew or a Muslim, or I'm not a Hindu or a Buddhist. That doesn't bother you. What bothers you is that I don't, I'm not a so, you know, keep to your truth no matter what. You know. Don't let anything or anybody come in and try and sway you from your truth. Truth is on your side. Always a pleasure to talk to you, Cusper, and I hope to see you again.